I'm tired of being humble, let me get to it. That motivation music, get control of your life, don't let nobody else do it. Cause I'm not gonna have Metro Ep.507 cruising. Feel like you winning on the ground.
Yes, sir. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson. All the way from Detroit to Chicago to your speakers and headphones. Now, I appreciate you tuning in to the first interactive sports podcast, a community that makes sure your voice is heard. So if you hear something you agree with, you disagree with, you like or you dislike, go ahead, shoot us a quick call on the voicemail line, 219-413-9405. And of course, we will play your take back on our next episode. And then shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this episode. Get $20 off your first ticket purchase when you use the promo code The Run Podcast. Now, this code can only be applied for first-time users on the mobile app or website. So I don't know about you, but the playoffs is here and MLB, so you got to go see those. The NFL season is rolling strong. WNBA works for concerts, all kind of stuff, so you got to go see it. But I'm celebrating here because my team, the Atlanta Falcons, just recently beat the Washington Commanders 34-27. Now, there's a lot of different things to be proud of in this game, and there's some things that still need work. But ultimately, the most important thing that people should know is Commanders, obviously, let me remind you, had no Jaden Daniels, who's the starting quarterback, and also no Terry McLaurin, who is the star wide receiver. These are crucial elements of the game whenever you talk about Commanders team. They were two key guys from the Commanders that helped them get to the conference championship last year and actually make something happen. So I think we have to, of course, consider the fact that the Falcons just played a Commanders team that's somewhat incomplete, but also that doesn't take away all the positives and the great things that they did on the field, because they could have came out here and upset us and made us really angry, and they could have did the complete opposite. But some of the great things with the Falcons that we witnessed, just starting from a statistical point, Michael Penix Jr., he played great, completed 20 of 26 passes that he attempted, threw for 313 yards, 2 touchdowns as well. The offense as a whole really looked good here, man. Bijan Robinson, he's making a lot of noise so far in the league in this season, man. Bijan leads the NFL in yards from scrimmage. He's 4th in rushing in the NFL right now. And also, he had a great game. I think he had like 75 yards in this game against the Commanders with a touchdown. Drake London got involved, finally. Kyle Pitts got involved, finally. Tyler Algier got involved. It was lovely in terms of the options that we exploited on our offense. So that was a good thing to see there. The defense from the Atlanta Falcons is really what made me very proud in this game. Again, I know the defense was playing against Commanders with no Jaden Daniels, no Terry McLaurin, but it's still something to be proud of when your defense shows up any game. And defense had 2 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 1 interception. But the thing I'm really most impressed about here, and I'm not jumping for joy as I say any of this stuff about the Falcons, it's some things I'm excited about, but I'm still not jumping for joy. It just shows like there is an improvement with this Falcons team. And one of the things, I get it. No Jaden Daniels, no Terry McLaurin. I know we played a Commanders team who was out of commission, but this defense, aside from what we've seen in this game here, the defense is pretty solid for the Atlanta Falcons, man. I have somewhat of good faith in this Atlanta Falcons defense now, and it's weird because me as a Falcons fan, I never really said things like this. I never shed too much light on the Falcons defense. It's always been a 2nd, 4th, 5th thought of the Atlanta Falcons team, but the Atlanta Falcons, they legitimately have somewhat of a solid defense. They're 2nd in total defensive yards allowed in the NFL, and they're 2nd in passing yards allowed in the NFL. So these things are very, very good considering the pass rush is where we struggle, but yet whenever we play against team, we're able to generate some sort of pressures. The rookies are huge for the Falcons in terms of being able to do this. We're really led by our rookies on the defensive end. Xavier Watts, James Pierce Jr., Jalen Walker. You got Billy Bowman Jr., who also got an interception so far this season. So I know you look at the losses that we had this season, they were nasty. It was ugly. We had some improvements to make. But on the bright side, this defense has a lot of potential, and they show up just about every week so far, besides the early bye week that we had, not the one that's coming up. I'm not even going to talk about that one. But we're not really giving up big plays in the air. We're sending great blitz packages and not getting burned whenever we do blitz. We're getting sacks without sending even blitzes. So, these are the things where I think about, okay, solid defenses of the NFL. When I'm looking at these different teams, these are all sort of things that they do. They don't give up the huge plays all the time. They generate sacks. They get pressure on the quarterback. Sometimes they stop the run. They get exploited a little by little. But ultimately, they getting these press breakups is also another element that's huge. And with the Falcons not having our star cornerback is already just huge. But for the defense to still step up and make plays and secure these tackles, pass breakups, all of these things, be in the zone, be where you need to be, and stop the offense from scoring the ball, man, and getting these big plays. I am definitely very proud of this Atlanta Falcons defense. And, that's an element where I think we've definitely improved from a year-to-year type of basis. Now, still early on in the season, so of course anything can happen, and got to take that into consideration. I don't want to be a fool about, this Falcons team or anything like that, but definitely got to consider that the defense has stepped up big time. Now, improvements on the offensive end from last week, definitely there were some improvements. And there was the big thing about how Zach Robinson, how Zach Robinson came down to the field from the press box and was actually calling the plays. He said he only wishes he could do it sooner, and he wished that he had done it sooner. Raheem Morris says he wished he had done it sooner, all of these things. So a lot of great feedback from the Falcons team on Zach Robinson coming down to the field, calling the plays. You could see the difference. I'm not going to say the offense looked the best, like a top 5 offense or anything like that, but they did secure some great plays, got everybody involved. Pitts got involved. They exploited the Commanders in certain matchups in certain areas. I know there was that play where Bijan almost scored on the wheel route, and he had pretty much Bobby Wagner in man coverage, and that was just beautiful to see the Falcons actually exploit that matchup there in man coverage and be able to get a big gain down the field. So these are things, obviously it did look a lot better. However, we didn't really make a lot of mistakes on the offensive end, which was good to see. But, I got to be a little picky here. Of course, the pistol. We stayed in a pistol. And, I didn't think it was bad that we stayed in a pistol this time. We did generate some good offense. We're moving the ball as a whole, actually, which is pretty good with this Atlanta Falcons offense because when you watch it, yes, the offense looks stagnant. Sometimes you don't get the super high scoring games, but this offense is 5th in rushing. This offense, they're tied for 5th in rushing. Let me clarify that. I don't want to give out any bogus stats, but 7th in total yards of offense right now. So, they have some firepower on the offense, and they can get things done. They can move the ball. It's just how efficient can it become? So, yes, there was an improvement when Zach Robinson first came down to the field. I seen some sort of efficiency on the offense improve. We looked a lot more free-flowing. We made the offense look easy going with hitting open targets and things like that. But ultimately, it was an improvement. And I'll give it that. I'll leave it just at that. It was an improvement for sure. Now, I have the biggest bone to pick, pause, but the bone I really want to pick is with Raheem Morris. Clock management. The only thing I didn't like about the Falcons offense, yes, it's always room for improvement. But in this game against the Commanders, the one thing that really sticks out to me, it was a coaching error. And the coaching error that I noticed here with the Commanders in the Falcons game of this week 4 is the fact that Raheem Morris, you got to get your time management skills together, dude. Like, finally, we got the ball downfield and in the end zone. Our defense stepped up, but you got to get your clock management stuff together because ending the first half, we had 22 seconds. We were down on the Atlanta Falcons 25, 2 timeouts left. We had the quickest 3-and-out ever. We gave the Commanders the ball back with 7 seconds. Now, obviously, they didn't score, but 7 seconds is a lot when you talk about giving it to Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes. Like, a lot of these guys can make things happen in 7 seconds in the NFL, especially if the team got some timeouts. We just got lucky that Jaden Daniels wasn't playing, so we didn't even have to worry about them making the best of 7 seconds. However, dude, we got to get something going. This is being able to utilize timeouts efficiently, at least get in field goal range, and realize that you have to get the ball downfield in order to even get in field goal range. Yes, you have 2 timeouts. You could have played this so much differently with 22 seconds left. I mean, there are teams in this league, and I don't want to compare, But unfortunately, I'm about to do that. So whatever. There are teams in this league. If you give them 22 seconds to get downfield and get a field goal, they will do that in a heartbeat. It's very consistent. You know you cannot leave them with 22 seconds or anything less than 30 seconds on the clock, and they'll get the ball downfield. So for the Falcons, yeah, the offense, it looked better, but this is the clock management thing I need from Raheem Morris to get a little bit better. 2 timeouts, 22 seconds. We are supposed to get downfield and at least get a field goal attempt, in my opinion. I think so. And yeah, I know you were down at your own 25, but ultimately you had 2 timeouts. You could have got a first down, called the timeout, and advance the ball and give yourself another shot to get the ball out of bounds or at least get your team in field goal range. So these are some of the things that I think is going to really separate us from a solid team and a decent team and a good team and an average team. So some of these things, yeah, we gotta clean up, because I'm gonna tell you, a couple weeks from now when we play the Bills, we won't be able to beat the Bills doing things like this, having these clockwork errors against a solid team like the Buffalo Bills. We just can't do that. So, I was impressed with the offense. It was cool. It was good. We had a solid game. Cool. I'm happy about that. But at the end of the day, nah, man, we got to clean up the clock management type of thing. So with the pistol, I can live with that. Prove to me that it works. If Zach Robinson gonna die by the pistol and he's never gonna leave out of the pistol, prove to me that it works and I'll shut up. But until I'm proven correctly or proven wrong that it's not a good way to run the offense, then I'm gonna keep hating on it. But you got to prove it to me. But other than that, look, man, I'm excited. Glad we got the dub, of course. And, bye week coming up. So hopefully these guys are staying intense. Hopefully they're staying active. And I really don't want this team to lose any steam. So coming off a bye week can be sometimes a blessing. Sometimes it can hurt you depending on what you guys are doing during that time. So I'm hoping we stay locked in. But I do have some audio here. It's Raheem Morris. At the end of the game, he, gave his little victory speech to the team after winning. So this is Raheem Morris in the locker room with the team. Here he is.
Everybody, man, how we start this thing, man? Bring it in nice and tight. Bring it in nice and tight like we started this thing. Hey, guys, that was an all-around team win right there. Right? That's how you go dig deep, find out who you are in practice. And you come out, you go play ball. That's what we got to do at times. But I got to bring up this point right here. Man, this guy, he went through a bunch of stuff this week, man, for us. For all of us. Josh, where you at, man? Yes, sir. Talk about criticism for the young man. You got to give him one, man. Those key third downs at the end of the game, icing this thing, putting this thing away, let the defense go out there. Let's go out there and see the best player in football, young Mike. By, and let's come out in the least in this league. Let's do that.
Well, that was good to hear from Raheem Morris. All right, look, so we got some news coming up in just a sec. I got a special guest joining actually as well, Thomas Tyree on the Hot Podcast. Don't go anywhere. Look, we're going to cover some news and all the different teams, wins, losses. Thomas Tyree is going to join me for that as well, and we're going to chop it up. But most importantly, man, we never got a winner on the Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers. So it's only right if we discuss that with the Cowboys fan. Thomas Tyree from On the Hot Podcast. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. It's halftime. All right, this is actually halftime. So if anybody watching, you might want to fast forward. You might just want to, I don't know. Yeah, go ahead, skip through a little bit, because I ain't saying it's going to be 20 minutes or nothing like that, but it's definitely going to be it's gonna be quicker than the other. I do need to get a sip of water though. I wonder if, nah, I was about to try and give y'all some music. But I don't think that, oh wait, hold on. Let's see what we got. That's it. Oh, we got this. We'll let it ride out to this. Actually, bro, I can't even deal with that. That's too much. Way too much. Better. This is so much better. All right, it'll just be chill. All right. As soon as I had enough too, we got somebody coming in. All right. Let me see where he at. Actually, I could probably switch that too. Dun, 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 dun. Or I still got that going. Okay, let's see this one though. I actually had this as a sound. And just so you know too, I'm just waiting on Thomas Story to get in here. That's the only reason I'm stalling like this, and that's the only reason, you know. That's the only reason this is like this. Memory lane. Y'all trying to scroll the Twitter feed? Let's see. Let's scroll the Twitter feed. Bet. I'll show my screen. I ain't scared. All right, bet. Cowboy stuff. You know I gotta have the bets up in here. You know, shout out Matty Chunks for dropping the plays. My Tigers. Oh man, this is about to be crazy. In the wild card. Oh, I'm like low key shook. Cause we just lost to the Guardians in that series. I think it was 3-1. Tom, what up, dude? What's good?
What's up, man?
What's going on?
Not
all right,
much,
hold on.
man.
Let me stop sharing. I was just burning time.
Oh, you good, bro?
Okay, bet. How you feeling, bro? How you feeling?
I'm trying to get my I'm trying to get my voice back for a little bit from yesterday.
Trying to get the voice back.
I was screaming so much yesterday. I had a little cough like that, but I feel good.
I ain't even mad at you, bro. I would have been screaming too. I mean, dog. Talk about a game, bro. Talk about a game.
Yeah, man. It was lit.
That was incredible, bro. I was thinking about it the whole time. I'm like, damn, I was like, Tom witnessed in the game. I'm like, bro, like that was such a crazy game, bro. All right. I'm live right now on YouTube, just so you know, just for the heads up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but no worries. Like for the actual pie episode, I'll cut this part out and stuff. But just wanted to give you the heads up on everything that, you know, I was live. So what I'm about to do, I'm about to run through the scores. Feel free I want you to jump in. I want to hear your thoughts on like some of the other games. I know it might have been tough for you to watch some of the games, like, you know, with the Cowboys. Y'all had the prime time slot and stuff. So just wanted to give a heads up. Gonna run through any of those. Literally, don't be afraid to cut me off. Just jump in. Literally jump in. If I pass a game or pass something where you want to throw your thoughts on, go ahead. And then with the Cowboys, it'll be similar. I will most likely just go, and I want you to just jump in. Like, just jump in on any thoughts. So
Okay.
But all right, bet, man. Let's get to it. I done kept people waiting. Let's jump into it. All right. All right, and all right. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to The Run with me, Manny Wilson. All right, I'm here with my special guest, host of On the Hot Podcast. Thomas Terry is here with me today. to break down a couple different things this NFL Sunday. Tom, man, what's going on, bro? I know you're back from off the road.
What's up, man? Glad to join in today. Voice a little cracked up, so here. I'm glad to be on the podcast today.
No, man, I'm so glad to have you, man. And if you don't know, Tom was at the Cowboys game, the Cowboys and the Green Bay Packers game, and man, you know, Tom, he a Cowboys fan. I'll let him live. I'll let you live today, Tom. I'll let you live. But no, man, this is crazy. So I can't wait to talk about this game. But before we do, I'm gonna just run through some scores really quick of everything that happened leading up to that awesome, amazing game from the Cowboys and the Packers. So Thursday night football, we kind of caught, you know, it was snooze fest, if you will. Seahawks, Cardinals, Seahawks won. Then the Commanders, they fell short to the Falcons. Vikings, they lost to the Steelers actually by 3 points. Bills, they beat down on the Saints. Lions beat the Browns. Patriots beat the Panthers. Giants beat the Chargers. Eagles, they ended up beating the Buccaneers in a close matchup. I had my eye out on that game. I thought that one was really cool. We had Texans and the Titans. It wasn't close at all, actually. 26-0. Texans ended up smacking them. You had the Rams and the Colts, which was a solid game. 49ers, they fell short to the Jaguars. Chiefs, they beat the Ravens. Bears, they beat the Raiders. And the Cowboys and the Packers, we didn't get a winner. so Tom, bro, look, I was watching this game, and I'm like, man, it's going back and forth. It's crazy, you know, crazy competitive. Dak is on his A game. Packers, they were a little sloppy, but ultimately they buckled down. We're spending all these hours watching this game, and then get to overtime. I'm like, oh, snap, we get overtime. So I'm like, all right, I guess I'm staying up late tonight. I got to work in the morning, but I guess I'm staying up late. I couldn't believe it. I wasn't aware of the tie rules. Because I just wasn't aware of the tie rules, but I couldn't believe it. It was such a great game, and for it to be capped off by a tie, I didn't understand it.
Yeah. And there's a lot that we're gonna talk about. I like the time brought in, and we can talk about the game first. The game last night, it was absolutely like you said.
Man,
this is already in the conversation for one of the best games of the league. 4 weeks into the NFL season. But once the Packers controlled, they were up 13-0. Looked like it was going to be a BTA game. But then the block that Cowboys had to score some points on the board, it seemed like that Cowboys up, and we got a thriller after that. I know the story was all about Micah. But like you said, the quarterbacks had a great game against each other. Prescott putting up 300 plus passing numbers, multiple passing touchdowns, and they put up 40 points together. Combined 80 points in this overtime game. So this is a classic. Everything 5 quarters of football. Yeah, in there in front of them, knowing Packers fans. Just seeing their faces, discuss them shaking in their boots, praying for a tie. It was a great atmosphere at the game last night.
Man, that is crazy. I couldn't believe it because one, I'm one person to say like Dak is a top 5, or he was a top 5 quarterback. I readjusted the order, but in the past I've said Dak is a top 5 quarterback, especially when healthy. Like when he's on his A game, he is on his A game. And yes, they had the slow start, but after that block kick, the whole entire momentum changed. Like drastically. Yeah. You was there, so you really know how it changed, but just watching it, it really shifted. And then Dak went down. Credit to him, man. I really feel like Dak don't get enough flowers. And, you know, I love to take jabs at the Cowboys whenever I can, as you know, but I really think Dak don't get his flowers because to score twice before the half, like, and capitalize on those opportunities, those were, man, monumental in terms of turning that game around and being able to actually give his team a shot to win. So I was shocked. They did a good job at containing Micah Parsons as well. And I was like, I thought Micah Parsons was going to go down there and eat in his debut back with back in Dallas. So I was shocked to see that he didn't really make anything happen.
Yeah. And that's the thing I was telling the Packers fans. I was like, I love Micah. But you line him up with Tyler Guy, give him problems in training camp. And I knew once I seen that match, could have had a rough day in the office. The run play running with Devontae Williams going straight at him, run the football, and stop it. Just like he down. Still one hell of a player. But yeah, it's just the fact that everything was all centered around him. But the way how Dak played the game, and like you said, he deserves flowers. Packers were the best scoring defense heading into this game. I think they allowed under 38 points, 40 points in the first 3 weeks of football. So Dak put up 38 points on them offensively, having their way. It was just a really good game to be a part of. Yeah. The Packers defense, everybody was talking about them, but not enough Dak Prescott in the offense.
You ain't lying about that part. I think that was an area where we thought coming into this game was going to be dominant from the Packers. We've heard so much within the first 4 weeks of football, like, oh, Packers defense, myself included. I thought the Packers defense was going to come out and show up better than that. But I mean, I was shocked that they kind of got rolled on all game, if you will. Like, yeah. They really got rolled on. So yeah, Micah Parsons has an effect on that, but like, it just shows it's still very much a lot of room for improvement with the Green Bay Packers defense.
Yeah, I think so too, because if this makes sense to me, in a way I was feeling like this, because it broke my heart when Mike out there, boy, toss. I was like, bring my boy back. This ain't even looking right. But in serious talk, I felt like at one point in the game, well, actually until overtime where they said Mike got. I didn't really think that, but I felt like Micah was missing Dallas, and we were missing Micah. I felt like Micah with the 4 years in Dallas, he would communicate with the guys on the defensive line, try to communicate to make plays, whether it's stopping the run, he did really best at stopping the run, getting sacks. And away our defense. That's a game we should have won. There was so many times we closed that offense. There wasn't a strong communicator in that defense, not a true leader in that Cowboys defense yesterday. Michael was that guy. And I felt like if number 11 was there, we could have got a sack. We could have got more than just one turnover in that game. I felt like they were just missing each other last night. Micah was missing the Cowboys. We were missing Mike in crucial situations. So I felt like both each other missed each other last night.
Damn, man, that's a really good way to put that, because it was just a one tiny bit of a difference maker on both sides of the ball for both teams. Like, I mean, like it's crazy, because that I think that's the best way you could have put that game. And it's unfortunate that it ended in a tie, so we'll never get to say, oh, Cowboys are stupid for trading Micah, and we'll never get to really clown Cowboys about that. But I mean, I think that's the best way you could have put it. And then especially considering, like, I saw this statistic too, and I think you posted it as well, but Cowboys had the number 1 offense so far in yards per game, and they had the number 32 defense. So they're allowing the most yards per game too. So when you hear a stat like this, it's like, all right, you need all the help you can get on the defensive end. Clearly your offense is rolling, but you can't outscore every single person. Look, the Bengals have been trying to do that for the past few years, and you see it hasn't worked. So with the Cowboys on this trajectory of great offense, terrible defense, what are you thinking down the line?
Well, down the line, this is the thing. Like we put up all these points. A lot of people didn't think about it, but we put up all these points without CeeDee Lamb, and two starting offensive linemen. But the defense can't stop a whole. Like it's. I feel like we're going to see the Cincinnati Bengals of the NFL this year. You got this high scoring offense. They can do anything they want. They can run the ball, pass the ball. But if the defense can't stop anybody, how are you going to be contenders? How are you going to win ball games? At the end of the day, if this problem is solved with Matt Eberflus' scheme, the players don't lock down, get some turnovers, get stops. It's just going to come down Dak Prescott. It's not going to be good as the season moves on when they play high-powered teams as the season goes on. So if this can't be fixed by week 6, 7, we ain't making playoffs.
Man, yeah, because y'all got a crazy schedule too. So that's the thing that really concerns me. Y'all really did need the win. Like the Packers, I'm not too concerned about in terms of needing a win. Obviously, every win in the NFL is big, and of course we know that. But like with y'all schedule, y'all needed the win. It's these early games. I think we talked about it before the season, actually, or like coming into week 1 or something. We were saying like these early games early on in the schedule is going to be the ones that y'all have to win, because down the line, y'all got dog after dog after dog, in the last 6 weeks of the season. So it's going to really come like, to do or die down the end of the season. So this was one of them games where it's like, I wish they would have changed the rules, or I wish the rules weren't what they are, I should say, because to me, man, it's not right. To me, it's just not right. If it feels a little wrong to sit there, you got somebody watching football for 4+ hours, and then all of a sudden you don't get to decide a winner. Like, to me, that's just wrong. That's like, dog, oh man, it's just wrong on so many. I want to give comparisons, but I'm not gonna do it because I won't be able to clip it up. Just okay. I'll put it this way. Anybody out there, give me a comparison of what it's like to watch football for 4 hours and then turn around and not be able to see who won the game because it's considered a tie. Like, you build all of this hype up and then all of a sudden you can't even figure out who to win. So y'all tell me what this is like. I don't want to say it, but y'all tell me what this is like. Tom, man, what you think about that part?
All right, so there's a lot we could talk about after that. So I want to back to the game, like there, like when that one second was there, I was just like, can we just remove this 1 second? Someone deserves the game. I'm just like, this is a waste of a second, because everybody knew they kick. So you're like you don't win the game. You don't lose the game in the middle. So you don't know how to feel about after the game. It kind of feels like a loss in a way because you don't win the game.
Yeah.
Like it goes like for us, 1, 2, and 1. Like that don't look right. That don't look right. And the Packers 2, 1, and 1. That don't look right for them either. So when fans left the stadium, it was just like a pin drop. Nobody was talking trash. Everybody get out of there because nobody won. Nobody lost. It was like the blood. Hey, that's the comparison right there. It was like the blood and coming together to celebrate. Something they disagreed on.
That is, yeah, man. Because I'm just thinking about that now. Like, bro, y'all, like, literally nobody in that stadium, no fan was able to actually leave happy. Like, Packers fans, you couldn't leave happy. Cowboys fans, you couldn't leave happy. So nobody was able to like leave the stadium and be like, great, like, yeah, what a game. Like, nobody could leave and be happy. That's crazy to me that the NFL, a professional league, the National Football League is allowing games to finish like this. I could see if maybe this was, Pee Wee Junior or high school or even college football. It would still be crazy to do that there. But come on, man, this is the National Football League. And they just ending like that.
And that's where two things I gotta say about that. With the ties, everything, and the rule change. So we've been through so many rule changes at this point. I'll go back to the previous one, man.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it was the overtime rule like a year or so ago, maybe 2 years ago, where if you scored a touchdown, the game is just the other team don't get a chance from the board. So
yep.
And that was the record. Then it changed like playoffs. But I feel like because of what Patrick Mahomes did to Josh Allen, they sprinkled in that type of magical touch. You are superior, Josh Allen, to match Patrick Mahomes or do something about it. So just because he's so special and a top talent that everybody loves, they changed the game because of him.
Preach.
And now overtime. If one team scores a touchdown, which we didn't see this last time. If one team scores a touchdown, why should the other team be able to match? And if you're gonna do that, you might as well play to death at that point.
Yeah.
To get a winner.
I mean, yeah, I couldn't agree more. I thought it was stupid when they initially changed it. And what's crazy, man? All right, I ain't never thought of this before, and I'm gonna get a little bit off topic, and I'm gonna shift back on. I promise. But I ain't never thought about this before, bro. Josh Allen, he kind of been crying a lot. It ain't in a sense of like it's all his fault, but for some reason, bro, why do we give so much pity toward Josh Allen? Josh Allen is the reason, like you said, we've changed the rules of overtime because the Bills never got a chance to score, and then now. Last season, he got the MVP because, Lamar already has one. This guy already has one. Now it has to go to Josh Allen. Like, why we got so much pity toward Josh Allen? Which is just crazy to me in the first place. But I agree with you. That's a side note. But I agree with you on the whole thing of overtime rules. We got to just go to sudden death, bro. If the game don't end until 3 a.m, 2 a.m, so be it, bro. So be it. I'm sorry, man. But it makes for good quality football. And I think when I'm looking at different leagues, whether it's NBA, whether it's, especially soccer leagues, like, I mean, you go into PKs, and they're dueling. Like, if it's tied, they're going to keep kicking. Like, it is what it is. Like, I mean, certain leagues, that it is, we getting a winner. It ain't no tie. Like, you competing at the highest level, it shouldn't be no damn tie. So, I think that's just crazy to me. But yeah, so be it. It is what it is. But y'all got I know Cowboys, y'all boys got the Jets next week in New York, or at the Jets home. So it'll be an interesting matchup, man. I'm looking forward to it. I really want to know if Dak can continue this type of consistency, and I think if he does, y'all will probably see a lot. Y'all get in the playoffs. I think so, possibly.
It's possible. Defense just got something. Or we got to make a trade. We're going to have to make a trade. Yeah, a difference to make.
Would you be open to trading? Okay, I just want to hear your personal preference. Would you be open to trading one of them dogs at receivers?
Receiver, no. After
what
I seen last night,
bro, that man George Pickens.
Jalen maybe. But the rest of them, no Pickens, no Turpin, no.
Dog, yeah, y'all, man. Hey, George Pickens was out there working, dog. I'm like, dog, Steelers tweaked out letting Dak get George Pickens over there with CD. I'm like, CD wasn't even playing, but yet that's why I'm like, that's gonna be a hard offense to stop. That's gonna be a tough offense to stop. And like, granted, to the Packers, yeah, I know they have a lot of potential on the defensive end, but they made the Cowboys offense look extremely elite. Like, Cowboys offense is already good, but they made the Cowboys offense look extremely elite. And that's not a good sign from the Packers after, being talked about as one of these elite defenses in the NFL. So I'm going to leave it at that. Yeah, that's crazy. But any finishing thoughts on the game? Something you noticed and something you enjoyed at the game? Just, random thoughts that you wanted to get off your chest?
I got a couple. I will say, because me being in the Maryland area, I've been to several Ravens games, Commanders games, so this is my first time going out to the stadium. Mm-hmm. So I would recommend for anybody, I don't know, like, those are the only things I've been to that point. The way Jerry Jones makes the stadium, it's like the home side gets the cushion seats. I was on the visitor side, more benefit for my pockets, even though I had to spend a lot. But the seats are comfortable, but you'll get that cushion side. You really feel it on the visitor side. So that's just a recommendation for anybody to go out there and want to support the Cowboys or whoever you want to support. I will say it's a difference to know that if you can feel a game is turning. Because I thought at 13-0 we were in trouble. But if you get that home block, that block or anchor that goes, the crowd is right behind you. Get that momentum to get you right back in the game. It's everywhere that I've been for NFL games, home field advantage is the real thing.
Definitely, I can agree with that part. I've been to a couple Lions. Or I've been to one Lions. This was before they were like elite, of course. And then Bears game, I pretty much catch a Bears game each season just being in Chicago. So it is crazy. It's a crazy thing. What's weird is this year, I don't know if I'm going to a Bears game, but and you know, they got some promise this year. So I'm like interested to actually go see. But I can definitely agree with you on the home field advantage thing, because it's crazy. And I know I'm not and you know too, I'm not a Cowboys fan or anything, but I just know it's different in Dallas, bro. And like, I want to go. I definitely want to go to a Cowboys game at some point in my life. I feel like as a fan of football, I feel like I have to. Whether I mean, I know I ain't gonna be cheering for the Cowboys, but I just feel like I have to go. Like, even if my team not playing, I feel like I need to go. And best believe I go and wear my Falcons jersey too. I ain't got no problem with that.
yeah. And that's what I was going to say too. No matter who you're a fan of, I recommend to go to that stadium. I want to go to the other big stadiums one day, like maybe LA, Chargers, Rams game, maybe a big game. If they can turn down the price a little bit. But that stadium right there, I will say that is something that all NFL fans should try to get to one day to experience that type of atmosphere.
Definitely. Yeah, I plan on it. One of these days, I plan on it, man. Well, Tom, man, let people know where they can find you, where they can listen to the pod.
Yeah, you guys can find on the hop on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Started to mix it up on Twitter again. Find us on Twitter, YouTube, Apple Podcasts. We drop videos, drop different types of things for more engagement. So it's just a place to share your different aspirations and aspects for the sports world. Football, basketball, boxing, you name it.
All right, man. Well, hey, y'all check him out. Definitely go ahead, follow Tom on the platforms, man. Check out his content. He be having some good stuff on there. So y'all got to look it up and then give him a follow. Go ahead, subscribe and all of that stuff as well. Other than that, man, look, I'm about to get up out of here. We getting up out of here. Tom, I'm going to have you back at some point. I don't know when, but I'm going to definitely bring you back. And look, man, I know I'll be back with another episode later on this week. And so on and so on and so on.